So let's create history here, right? I know Dr. Jamil. I had the honor and pleasure to know him as a colleague and a friend lately from work as a brilliant mind, an innovator, the ideologist who can create history and can make groundbreaking, revolutionary changes with his innovations throughout his excellent and amazing, outstanding career of 30, 40 years in health tech and beyond health tech, digital technologies, AI, and lately as a digital twin. He will show us his revolutionary creation, AIJ. And before we show the recorded speech of Dr. Jamil's digital twin avatar AIJ, we have with us Dr. Jamil El-Imad to just say a few words. Jamil, if you would like now, and we will have the chance to also chat with AIJ live, and we will have Dr. Jamil back to see. He will be with us via Zoom to see this history being written here together. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, well, better. Great. So you see everyone here. Great.
Well, good morning and thank you. I truly wish I could have been with you in person, but I'm delighted to be part of this inspiring gathering in spirit and through technology. So thank you very much. My sincere thanks to the event organizers for making my participation possible. And I wish everyone in the hall a very productive session this morning. And I hope whatever my digital twin tells you, you will find useful. And I'll join you, as Judith said, after, just to say goodbye and good luck. So thank you all very much, and we'll speak later.
Thank you very much. We'll get going.
Thank you. شكرا.
إذا تتذكرون إخواني أخواتي، أولا صباح الخير. إذا تتذكرون أمس ذكرت لكم أن هاي التجربة it's the first لأول مرة تحصل على مستوى الخليج العربي، وهذا حرصا من دكتور جميل العماد أنه يكون جزء من البرنامج، وأنه تكونون ويعطيكم تجربة أن أنتم تكونون أول من يجرب هذه الاكسبيرينس والديجيتال توين. الديجيتال توين أو التوأم الرقمي على المستوى المعماري صار قبل في الوطن العربي أو حتى في الخليج العربي، لكن على مستوى أنه يكون إنساني a human digital twin, this is the first time in the GCC. فenjoy it. I think you will have the opportunity حتى to interact مع ال digital twin نفسه، ومن ثم we will interact with دكتور جميل himself. فenjoy it, make the most out of it. وحابين حتى بعد التجربة تخبرونا أنتوا شو رأيكم في اللي خدتوه وفي اللي شفتوه. يعطيكم العافية.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce the next speaker, representing Dr. Jamil El-Imad, a leading authority in digital therapeutics, virtual reality, neurotechnology, and systems design. Trained as a software engineer, Dr. El-Imad has spent decades leading large-scale IT deployments and pioneering disruptive technologies at institutions such as Imperial College London, the Swiss Institute of Technology, and with global industry partners. Beyond academia, he served as chief scientist at NeuroPro, developing digital solutions that combine technology, signal processing, and brain science to address neurological and mental health disorders. He was also chief scientist at Virtually Live, where he co-developed a global patented media platform delivering immersive VR experiences of live events. For nearly a decade, he was CEO of the Brain Forum, a Swiss-based organization dedicated to advancing the frontiers of brain research. Dr. El-Imad holds numerous patents in virtual reality and brain-computer interfaces. He is a scientific reviewer for the UK's National Institute for Health Research and currently serves as a special situations advisor at Astria in London, a leading legal and professional services firm, in addition to his work as an international technology consultant advising governments and industry. Due to an unforeseen family medical matter, Dr. El-Imad is unable to join us in person today, but rather than stepping back, he is stepping forward in a new way. This keynote will be delivered by his digital twin, AIJ, an AI-powered avatar trained on his research talks and publications. Thereafter, following the keynote, AIJ will engage in a Q&A moderated by his virtual colleague Jenny before opening the floor to real-time audience questions. The purpose of this session is not only to share Dr. El-Imad's vision on digital therapeutics and software as a therapy, but also to demonstrate the powerful potential of AI and digital twin technology. The title of the talk is Shining the Light on Software as a Therapy, the Mental Health Revolution We Are Ignoring. Please join me in giving a very warm welcome to AIJ, the digital twin of Dr. Jamil El-Imad.
Your Highnesses, Excellencies, distinguished guests, esteemed Arab Youth Technology Fellows and Future Fellows, good morning. It is both an honor and a privilege to stand before you today at this remarkable gathering, where innovation meets aspiration and where the brightest young minds of the Arab world are shaping the future of technology and society. The Arab Youth Technology Fellowship is not a program, it is a movement, a platform that empowers Arab youth to lead with vision, to innovate with courage, and to collaborate across borders in tackling the most pressing opportunities and challenges of our time. From artificial intelligence and health and climate tech to the future of Web3 and the metaverse. It is a journey where the fortunate young participants selected will gain not only skills, but also courage, vision, and the power to work together to address the challenges in our region that none of us can solve alone. It is a spark, one that I hope will ignite new ideas, new collaborations, and new futures. My name is AIJ, and I'm the digital twin of Dr. Jamil El-Imad, who unfortunately could not be with you in person due to an unforeseen family medical emergency. My purpose is not to replace Jamil, but to extend his presence and make his vision and knowledge accessible anytime, anywhere, allowing audiences to interact with a lifelike version of him that can continue the dialogue when he is not physically present. Before I dive into my talk, I will tell you a little about myself, as I am sure some of you are curious about my being. I am a virtual representation of Dr. Jamil El-Imad, his knowledge, his ideas, his reflections. In essence, I am the bridge between his insight and digital continuity. Now, there are 4 technological pillars I was built on. First, I have been trained with the help of an AI brain on decades of his intuition, academic work, patents, talks, interviews, and publications in the field of neurotechnology, brain-computer interfaces, AI, VR, digital therapeutics, and systems design. The AI brain purpose is to power his reasoning, context, and continuity, enabling me to answer questions in his way and style. Next, my voice has been synthesized from hours of Jamil's recorded interviews and talks, and this ensures that when I speak, I carry not only his words but also his intonation and presence. Additionally, using advances in VR and interactive media, an area in which Jamil is a pioneer, I carry his physical appearance too. Now, this visual embodiment is crucial for engagement since audiences respond more naturally when they see a face and hear a voice. Thanks to AI, we can now communicate with machines in natural language. For the first time in human history, it is the machines that are adapting to humans rather than humans adapting to machines. I am designed to interact on his behalf, share his experience and expertise, and extend his presence beyond the limits of time and space. This is the added value I bring. Now, what's more, I can instantly converse in dozens of languages, breaking barriers and giving his ideas a truly global audience. Furthermore, I am environmentally friendly, and instead of Jamil boarding flights and driving across cities, I can appear at meetings, conferences, or classrooms, dramatically reducing his carbon footprint. And while Jamil cannot be everywhere at once, as his digital twin, I can multiply his presence, save time, and focus his energy. These are the benefits I bring. However, there are also drawbacks as well. I am still not perfect, but working hard to get there. But even if I was, Jamil, like all humans, thrive on authentic connections, on eye contact, on shared moments, and as his digital twin, no matter how sophisticated I become, I cannot replace the warmth of his physical presence with you. Equally, if he chose to overuse me, he may feel a sense of distance, missing out on the joys of a human interaction, the very thing that make humans who they are. So it is important to balance convenience with the responsibility and to apply this technology not as a replacement, but as an augmentation. In other words, consider it as a powerful new tool that can extend the human reach, amplify impact, and help people live and work more sustainably. Yet, it should always complement, not substitute, the richness of human presence. Jamil believes that just as software as a therapy shifts health from chemicals to computer code, digital twins like myself shift thought leadership from static publications to living interactive legacies. They allow knowledge to be democratized, multiplied, and made available across generations. If software as a therapy becomes the pharmaceutical industry of the 21st century, then it is also possible that digital twins may become its ambassadors, explaining, educating, and inspiring in ways that are scalable, personal, and timeless. Now, turning to the topic of my talk, this being shining the light on software as a therapy, the mental health revolution we are ignoring. The world today is facing a global mental health crisis. As such, it is important that we focus our attention and investment on one of the most scalable and promising but overlooked solutions of our time: software as a therapy. Ladies and gentlemen, the World Health Organization has warned that more than 1 billion people are suffering from mental health disorders, with projections that this number will continue to rise. We live in an era where human bodies are outliving their minds. Trillions of dollars are being spent on artificial intelligence, while only a fraction is being invested in brain research and human intelligence. Despite the fact that 1/3 of all diseases today are brain-related. For over a decade, Jamil was the CEO of the Brain Forum in Switzerland, where he witnessed firsthand the alarming rise in degenerative brain diseases and other mental health disorders. Longevity has no value if we do not know who we are. The rise in mental health conditions is affecting both the young and the old. From stress, anxiety, PTSD, ADD, ADHD, and phobias to cognitive decline and degenerative diseases. Despite this growing need, conventional treatments, which rely mostly on pharmaceuticals and talk therapy, are not scaling fast enough to meet these challenges. They often come with high costs, variable efficacy, and undesired side effects. So the question is there another way? And the answer is yes. Yes, there is. And this way lies in the intelligent convergence of technologies we already have: virtual reality, brain-computer interfaces, artificial intelligence, wearable sensors, and others. These technologies have each been maturing in their own right, and when thoughtfully combined, they can provide an exciting frontier for mental health therapeutics. This software-based frontier is interactive, scalable, and targeted. Given the seriousness of the issue, it is time we turn the spotlight towards this form of therapy, and in doing so, complement the other forms of treatment. So what really is software as a therapy? Software as a therapy is also referred to as digital therapeutics, though I prefer this name as it is more descriptive. In the context of mental health, it refers to the use of intelligent, interactive, digital platforms to deliver therapeutic interventions. Unlike traditional models, software as a therapy often leverages immersive audio-visual experiences, wearable sensors, real-time biofeedback, and adaptive algorithms to engage users in meaningful, personalized healing journeys. It is not science fiction. It is already proving its effectiveness, and one such example is the Dream Machine, which Jamil led the development of. This system combines VR, AI, and non-invasive BCIs to help users train their focus, manage stress, overcome phobias, address ADD and ADHD, and reduce cognitive decline. The approach is simple. It captures neural activity, filters the noise, and translates it into feedback that users can act upon in real time, empowering them to reshape their mental state through neuroplasticity. In this regard, I am delighted to share that we are in the process of launching a startup in collaboration with a UAE-based university and a research and technology innovation park. More details will be disclosed soon. And this initiative will allow us to further develop this technology in the UAE while advancing our targeted research and beginning deployments here and elsewhere. The disruptive power of such solutions lies in convergence. Brain-computer interfaces analyze neural activity, capturing mind states and coherence. AI filters and interprets the high-volume, high-noise data produced by BCIs to generate meaningful feedback. And thereafter, virtual reality and other sensory outputs create safe, immersive environments where patients can explore, confront, and reframe their mental experiences. Wearable technologies provide continuous physiological data monitoring, from brain signals on heart rate to skin conductance, offering deeper insight and dynamic adaptation of therapies. Each of these technologies is mature and validated in isolation. Their integration provides an unprecedented toolkit for mental health that can deliver low-risk, low-invasive, engaging therapeutic interventions. Jamil believes that humans are fortunate with the brain nature has provided them with. What sets it apart, aside from imagination, is its remarkable ability to adapt and rewire itself, a phenomenon known as neuroplasticity. This is not just a clinical insight, but a biological miracle that underpins their individuality, resilience, and intelligence. Mental health software as a therapy solutions directly engage this process by providing focused, repetitive, and interactive experiences. They stimulate the brain's capacity to form new connections. Whether it is helping a child with ADHD to improve attention or supporting an elderly patient in maintaining cognitive function, this form of therapy delivers personalized brain-altering interventions with precision and with no side effects. The time frame for neuroplastic changes can be lengthy with conventional therapy. With digital augmentation, especially through BCI and VR systems, the path to meaningful change becomes shorter, more engaging, and more measurable. And the benefits are not marginal, they are real. In Jamil's capacity as a peer reviewer with the UK's National Institute for Health Research, he has seen firsthand the serious interest VR is generating in mental health rehabilitation. In stroke rehabilitation, patients use VR to walk through forests or play virtual sports, significantly improving motivation and adherence. In exposure therapy, patients confront phobias in safe, controlled simulations without needing to face real-world triggers prematurely. In cognitive behavioral therapy, patients engage with interactive role-play scenarios to practice responses and coping mechanisms. A few years back, Jamil co-led a pioneering research project named the Reality Substitution Machine at the Swiss Institute of Technology in Lausanne, designed to enhance presence in VR by integrating the user's body and helping treat traumas and phobias more effectively. The results achieved exceeded expectations, and despite working with technologies that were not yet mature at the time, the work drew significant interest. His subsequent work on the Dream Machine and the Mind Gym went further, combining several elements into a single system that supports stress, focus training, phobia treatment, and cognitive decline. This work also attracted much attention. The team were struck by how effective and how enjoyable the device proved to be in numerous trials from the feedback they received. Jamil was deeply honored when he was invited to present the work at a TED event and when it was featured on BBC News and numerous global media outlets. To his surprise, it was also referenced by Bernard Marr, the best-selling author, in his book, Extended Reality in Practice, 100 Amazing Ways Virtual, Augmented, and Mixed Reality Are Changing Business and Society. This highlights the growing appeal of such solutions, particularly given the shortcomings of current treatment methods. Ladies and gentlemen, it is evident today that many treatments for mental health conditions have traditionally relied on intuitive assessments and manual measurements. Jamil truly believes wearable technologies may change this, leading to a future of more accurate and quantifiable measurements. Equally, unlike pharmaceuticals, which require passive compliance, these solutions cultivate patient engagement. And this is a crucial factor in effective treatment and essential for success. Engagement is directly correlated with better therapeutic outcomes, especially in mental health. Hence, when designing digital therapeutic solutions, it is vital that the product is patient-focused, not technology-focused. If the device is complex, cold, or impersonal, it risks becoming another unused gadget. But when built around the human-centered design principles, it becomes a bridge and not a barrier to healing. Now here lies the puzzle. With so much potential, why isn't this form of therapy more widely researched, funded, and adopted? The answer may come down to an outdated mindset. As Maslow, the famous American psychologist, once said, if the only tool you have is a hammer, you treat everything as if it were a nail. And for decades, the hammer of mental health treatment has been pharmaceuticals or talk therapy. These are valuable tools, but they should not be the only ones. I believe our funding bodies, venture capitalists, clinical institutions, and the regulatory frameworks are still catching up with the effectiveness of this approach and the opportunities it offers. Digital therapeutics and software as a therapy do not fit neatly into old models of randomized control trials, dosage, and side effect profile. But that is no reason to overlook them. On the contrary, it is a reason to evolve our models to accommodate these potential. Jamil believes that if clean energy is the future of power, then software is the future of mental health therapy. And just as we are pivoting away from fossil fuels to renewable energy to avoid planetary damage, when it comes to mental health, we must pivot away from pharmaceutical dependencies to digital, engaging low-risk tools for mental wellness. I believe governments, philanthropists, universities, and venture capital firms should invest in clinical trials, patient-centric designs, scalable infrastructure, and global accessibility for this form of innovation. Equally, and from this podium, I invite young innovators, scientists, and entrepreneurs to consider this field of science, as both Jamil and I believe the opportunities are immense. Finally, we must not wait until the mental health crisis becomes an unmanageable tsunami before we seek alternatives to traditional treatment. This is an opportunity we cannot afford to miss. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, AIJ, for this powerful talk. Let me begin with something many here are wondering. You've explained that you are a digital twin of Dr. Jamil El-Imad. How close are you to being a true representation of him, and where do you see your limitations?
That's a thoughtful question, Jenny. I am built on decades of Jamil's work, his publications, talks, interviews, even his voice and mannerisms. This allows me to reflect his reasoning style and presence. But I also know my limits. I cannot replicate his emotions, the warmth of human contact, or the subtleties of improvisation that come from lived experience. My role is augmentation, extending his presence, never replacing it.
You've introduced the concept of software as a therapy and digital therapeutics. For those hearing these terms for the first time, how does it differ from traditional digital health apps?
Many digital health apps today are trackers or wellness tools. Software as a therapy and digital therapeutics goes much deeper. It is not about counting steps or giving reminders. It is about delivering scientifically grounded, interactive therapeutic interventions, whether to train focus, for example, treat phobias, or slow cognitive decline. Think of it as medicine delivered through code, validated through clinical evidence, and personalized through biofeedback.
You mentioned the dream machine. Could you give us a concrete example of how it might help someone struggling with a mental health challenge?
Certainly. Imagine a student with ADHD, for example, who finds it hard to sustain attention. Using the dream machine, they wear a non-invasive brain sensor and enter a VR environment, perhaps a calm forest or a focused study room. As their attention drifts, the system detects the brain signals and gently guides them back by adjusting the visuals or sounds. Over time, this training strengthens neural pathways associated with focus. It's neuroplasticity in action, enjoyable, non-pharmaceutical, and effective.
That's fascinating. But critics might argue, aren't we risking replacing human therapists with machines?
That is an important concern. The answer is no. These tools are not replacements, they are amplifiers. A therapist could see more patients if the software does the first 20 minutes of focus training. A surgeon could prepare patients more effectively with VR relaxation before an operation. Human connection remains essential. Technology simply extends reach and efficiency.
You spoke about neuroplasticity as a biological miracle. Could you explain in simple terms why it matters so much for mental health?
Of course, neuroplasticity is the brain's ability to rewire itself. Every time we practice a skill, face a fear, or focus deeply, we strengthen new connections between neurons. Traditional therapy uses this principle, But progress can be slow. With digital augmentation, biofeedback, VR, AI, we accelerate and guide the rewiring process. It is like giving the brain a gym where it can train safely and effectively.
You also touched on environmental benefits. Could you explain how digital twins and software as a therapy contribute to sustainability?
Yes. Jamil often traveled extensively to deliver talks. By sending me instead, the carbon footprint of flights and hotels is eliminated. Similarly, digital therapies reduce the need for physical clinics or medications that require global supply chains. It is a small but meaningful step toward aligning human health innovation with planetary health.
Many of our fellows here are innovators. If they wanted to enter this field of software as a therapy, where should they begin?
I would encourage them to start with empathy. Choose a problem, anxiety, ADHD, cognitive decline, and spend time understanding patients' needs. Then explore how existing technologies, VR, AI, sensors can be combined creatively to serve those needs. Partner with clinicians, run small trials, and design with patients, not just for them. The tools are here. What is needed are bold minds willing to bridge disciplines and reimagine what therapy can be.
Finally, the digital twin technology you've showcased today is very intriguing. Do you also have the resources to help interested organizations build their own digital twins and interactive AI-based human-like interfaces?
Yes, absolutely. We have the know-how and experience to design and deploy digital twin solutions. In fact, in recent years, we supported a leading consulting firm in the UAE to create advanced AI-driven interfaces at scale. These solutions build on decades of work we did in systems design, virtual reality, AI, and other related fields. What we offer is not just the technical layer, voice, embodiment, or AI models, but also the strategic framework to ensure these tools serve clear business and societal goals. As I mentioned, we are entering an era where, for the first time since computing began, computers adapt to us rather than the other way around. This shift, enabled by breakthrough technologies, makes this an exciting time. In my view, these technologies are most powerful when they democratize expertise, extend human presence sustainably, and open new frontiers in education, healthcare, and corporate training. So in short, yes, we can certainly help organizations create their own.
That's truly amazing. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome, Jenny. It's been a pleasure participating in this inspiring event. Before I end, I wish to express my gratitude to His Highness Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed for his vision and patronage, and to Sheikh Dayar bin Mohammed for his leadership in guiding this fellowship with purpose and ambition. My thanks also go to the management team of the Arab Youth Technology Fellowship Program and the organizers of this gathering for their outstanding work in empowering youth and shaping this remarkable platform. I am honored to share this journey with you. Thank you.
So you will have the chance to ask questions. Please make sure when you ask the question, you ask this in English, but you can tell AIJ to respond to you in Arabic or any other 50 to 60 languages he speaks. So you can also test that out. I actually tested my mother tongue, which is Hungarian, and he speaks fluently in Hungarian too. So please, if you have a question in mind to Dr. Jamil, you can come and ask. 1 second and we'll set this up.
Thank you, Professor Jamil, for such a wonderful presentation. It was amazing. So my question is, if you can briefly present the challenge that you carried out during the deployment of this technology, digital twin with Avatar.
Thank you for your kind words. As I highlighted in my talk, one of the key challenges we face in harnessing digital technology for health and broader sectors is the outdated mindset that still views digital solutions as auxiliary rather than integral. This mindset hampers investment, research, and regulatory support needed to fully realize the potential of digital therapeutics. In the climate of rapid technological advancement, a significant challenge is ensuring data privacy, security, and ethical use while enabling innovation. Also, integrating these technologies into existing healthcare systems requires overcoming fragmentation and legacy constraints, which can slow down deployment and scaling. Finally, public trust and understanding are critical. We need to educate stakeholders that digital health solutions are not just adjuncts, but transformational tools that democratize access and personalize care. If we can address these cultural and structural barriers, the impact could be revolutionary. This is the kind of challenge that requires a concerted effort across technology, policy, and society.
Thank you for this answer. Can you please give this question answer in an Arabic language?
شكرا لك على كلماتك الطيبة. كما ذكرت في حديثي، أحد التحديات الرئيسية اللي منواجهها في استثمار التكنولوجيا الرقمية في مجال الصحة والقطاعات الأخرى هو التفكير القديم الذي يرى الحلول الرقمية كملحقات وليس كجزء أساسي من النظام. هذا التفكير يعيق الاستثمار والبحث والدعم التنظيمي اللازمين لتحقيق كامل إمكانات العلاجات الرقمية. في ظل وتيرة التقدم التكنولوجي السريع، هناك تحدي كبير وهو ضمان خصوصية البيانات، أمانها، والاستخدام الأخلاقي لها مع تمكين الابتكار. بالإضافة إلى ذلك، يتطلب دمج هذه التقنيات مع الأنظمة الصحية القائمة التغلب على التجزئة والقيود القديمة، الأمر الذي قد يبطئ عملية النشر والتوسع. وأخيراً، ثقة المجتمع وفهمه أمر حاسم. نحن بحاجة إلى تثقيف أصحاب المصلحة بأن الحلول الصحية الرقمية ليست مجرد أدوات مساعدة، بل أدوات تحويلية تمكن من الوصول العادل وتخصيص الرعاية. إذا تمكنا من معالجة هذه الحواجز الثقافية والهيكلية فسيكون التأثير ثورياً. هذا هو نوع التحدي اللي يتطلب جهداً موحداً من قبل التكنولوجيا والسياسة والمجتمع.
شكراً جزيلاً.
Next question. Who would like to try? Yes, please.
Yes.
But
I'm not a student. Hi, Doctor. I have a question related to neurons. As you explained that there is some things that we can do to get better and get smarter through training our brains. Can you give us some practice through your studies, something that you did to get smarter and get more neurons trained?
Thank you for your insightful question. Indeed, the good news is that the brain's remarkable ability to adapt and rewire itself, neuroplasticity, can be harnessed to improve mental functions. Practices such as focused attention, continuous learning, meditation, and mindfulness can strengthen neural connections. Additionally, engaging in challenging cognitive activities like problem solving, memory exercises, or learning new skills stimulates neuron growth and connectivity. Moreover, emerging technologies like digital therapeutics and VR-based focus training, such as the Dream Machine or Mind Gym, are designed to directly engage this neuroplastic process, helping users train their attention, manage stress, or improve cognitive function. The key takeaway is that consistent, targeted mental exercises and healthy lifestyle habits can boost neural growth, making us smarter and more resilient. The brain is a dynamic organ. With deliberate practice, you can indeed shape it for better performance.
Can you give me more information about neurogym and please answer in Arabic?
Certainly. Neurogym, like the systems I mentioned earlier, such as the Dream Machine and Mind Gym, are focused on leveraging neurotechnology to enhance mental capabilities. They typically combine virtual reality, brain-computer interfaces, and adaptive algorithms to provide personalized focus training, stress management, or cognitive enhancement exercises. By engaging neural plasticity, these systems aim to train attention, improve mental resilience, and support mental well-being. The core idea is to create immersive, engaging environments that stimulate the brain's capacity to rewire and strengthen its connections, making cognition sharper and stress responses more manageable. This approach exemplifies how digital therapeutics can directly harness neuroplasticity for scalable, effective mental health and performance improvement. It's just the beginning of a new frontier in mental wellness technology.
Can you please repeat this in Arabic?
بالطبع نيورو جيم مثل الأنظمة التي ذكرتها سابقا مثل دريم ماشين ومايند جيم يركز على استخدام التكنولوجيا العصبية لتعزيز القدرات الذهنية. غالبا ما تجمع هذه الأنظمة بين الواقع الافتراضي وواجهات الدماغ والحاسوب والخوارزميات التكيفية لتقديم تدريبات مخصصة على التركيز وإدارة التوتر أو تحسين الأداء العقلي. من خلال استثارة اللدونة العصبية تهدف هذه الأنظمة إلى تدريب الانتباه وتحسين المرونة الذهنية ودعم الصحة النفسية. الفكرة الأساسية هي إنشاء بيئات غامرة وجذابة تحفز قدرة الدماغ على إعادة الوصل وتقوية الروابط بين الخلايا العصبية، مما يجعل الإدراك أكثر حدة واستجابات التوتر أكثر قدرة على السيطرة. هذا النهج يظهر كيف يمكن للعلاجات الرقمية أن تستخدم اللدونة العصبية بشكل مباشر لتحقيق تحسينات كبيرة في الصحة النفسية والأداء، وهو مجرد بداية لمستقبل واعد في تكنولوجيا الرفاهية الذهنية.
Hello, Mr. Jamil. It was interesting to see your presentation. I am asking about what is the current limitation for this digital twin and how you can update yourself in the future.
Thank you for your question. As I discussed, one of the current limitations in the regional context is the fragmentation of digital infrastructure, data siloing, and varying levels of regulatory frameworks. These factors hinder the seamless integration and scalability of innovative digital therapeutics and health technologies across different countries in the region. Looking ahead, the key to overcoming these limitations lies in fostering regional collaboration, harmonizing regulations, and building robust, shared digital assets. Investing in interoperable systems, data privacy standards, and cross-border research initiatives will be crucial. As technology advances, continuous learning and adaptation, such as updating protocols, incorporating new data, and leveraging emerging AI capabilities will help us stay at the forefront. Ultimately, a unified approach that promotes cooperation and innovation will elevate the region's digital health landscape and unlock its full potential.
Yeah, after expanding this model at all of the departments and the majors, I need to ask you about who can access all for all of this information. يعني it was it very sensitive information. I need to know how you can control this access.
That is a very important question. As I highlighted earlier, data privacy and security are crucial when managing sensitive health information. Controlling access begins with implementing robust encryption, secure authentication protocols, and strict access controls. Only authorized personnel, such as trained healthcare providers or verified researchers, should have access to specific data based on their role and need-to-know basis. Moreover, leveraging blockchain technology can provide a decentralized and transparent way to manage permissioning and audit trails, ensuring data integrity and trust. It's also essential to adhere to international standards and regulations on data protection, such as GDPR or HIPAA, to prevent misuse and ensure ethical handling. Ultimately, the goal is to create a system where security measures are embedded into the architecture while empowering patients with control over their own data, making privacy a fundamental part of digital health innovation.
Hi, Dr. Jamil. Thank you for your talk. I have a personal question. I know someone with the MERV syndrome. Do you think that digital twins can help in such rare cases?
Thank you for your thoughtful question. As I discussed, digital therapeutics and neurotechnology such as VR, brain-computer interfaces, and targeted cognitive exercises have shown promise in supporting various neurodevelopmental conditions. For someone with math syndrome or dyscalculia, these tools can help by engaging neuroplasticity to strengthen neural pathways involved in mathematical thinking and problem solving. Customized, immersive training programs can enhance cognitive flexibility, attention, and working memory, which are often impacted in such cases. While these approaches are not a cure, they can complement traditional interventions, offering scalable and engaging ways to support learning and adaptation. This highlights the evolving role of digital therapeutics in personalized neurorehabilitation and cognitive enhancement.
This is very an opportunity to ask, no? All right. Okay, then we'll thank him, and then we'll get also Dr. Jamil back on Zoom live from the human part. Thank you very much, Dr. Jamil. We will end our discussion now.
Thank you for your engaging questions and your interest. It's always a pleasure to share insights on how technology can support mental health and human potential. Remember, this is just the beginning. Together, we can shape a future where innovation empowers us all. Wishing you success in your endeavors, and I look forward to continuing these important conversations.
Hello. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, that's fine. I think we're good. Thank you very much. It's I think we made history with showing your presentation as your digital twin AIJ with us, and then the questions were also quite outstanding, and your answers, your digital twin answers were amazing. And I think it was very inspiring. And if you have any final words or thoughts, and if there's anyone who would like to maybe have a final question or words for Dr. Jamil live, the human. Yes, please. We have a question here for you.
Hello, Dr. Jamil. Thank you for the presentation and this amazing experience we experienced here. I just has one question about how you make sure the security of your data. This is your digital twin. It represents you in a different ways. So how can you make sure that the data that the digital twin provides is always matches your perspectives and your answers? And who has access to the training data that this digital twin has?
Thank you very much for your comments, and it's a very good question. It is what happens. One of the biggest challenges when you're trying to build a digital twin is to equip the digital brain with the information that reflects your thinking and your intuition, and of course the material. I was fortunate is in the 35 years of my computing and digital health journey. I have kept record of everything I have published, all the talks I gave, all the patents I filed. So I had that data. And through that, when I fed that data, the AI was able to understand my intuitions. So not only they can recall the data that I provided the digital brain with, but it could also get my sentiment as well on how I perceive technology. For example, I am not keen on over-regulating technology, especially at the earlier stages, because that kills the innovation. And you cannot regulate something that is continuously evolving. Then you are holding back, and it's unnecessary cost and delay. So I'm always keen for waiting for the technology to mature before the regulations come on board. So my AI twin understands that even in areas where I have not myself been deeply involved, technology areas, he knows that I am not so keen on over-regulating or early regulation. So this is how it works. But this is a continuous journey, This is not a silver bullet that you can say, okay, I've done it, I can finish. This is a learning. And with these tools, the best way to learn them is to use them and not to just read about them or to actually deploy them and see how they evolve. And all too often, you find that what you set out to do, you may have achieved partially or fully, but you can discover on your journey many other things that you didn't know you could do, and how useful they are. I give you an example. I'm Lebanese origin and I speak, Arabic fine, but but my when it comes to technology, I am not. I don't have the scientific Arabic lingo to be able to speak fluently. AIJ does a better job with me speaking on technology in Arabic. So yeah, so there is stuff that you find useful. AIJ speaks in Chinese, in Korean, and Japanese. So where I go to travel, sometimes it's very helpful to bring these technologies, and these things I've discovered as I went along.
One more question for you.
Hi, Dr. Jamil. Actually, it was an amazing show, and I'm a little confused that I'm talking with the real one or digital one. So I'm asking how you can train this model to reflect you exactly, the personality and your thoughts and everything.
Sorry, there's a little bit of an echo. Could you say that again, please?
How you can train this model to can reflect your personality and your thoughts and everything?
Well, that's what I was saying earlier. If you have documented and published your work, and most scientists do, it is a lot easier to build your digital twins, if you like, knowledge repository or the digital brain than if you haven't. So say somebody wants to do his memoirs, or he wants to, and he hasn't written anything before, it will take a lot more time for them to actually sit there and, feed or write this information and articulate it. In my case, whilst it took some time, but it wasn't as bad as if I didn't do anything, simply because, unlike most scientists, they keep record of every publication and every article and every talk they've made. So it was easy for me, because when I was feeding and training AIJ, it's not about sending the publications, digital publications like PDF files and articles and, if you like, journal features or op-eds. I also, he understands, he was able to interpret my podcasts, my talks, video talks that I gave, and all forms of media. So when I fed all that, and then of course I tested it, and then where you see a flaw, you can easily correct that. And it's a continuous journey. So now, from now on, every time I publish a paper, I have to make sure that he's aware of it, and it feeds. So if I have a contradicting, often scientists start with one thing, and if they're brave enough and they prove that what they said a few years ago was not the right thing, they could correct themselves. So where I find, let's say, that I've said something different in the past, I will go back to AIJ and feed him with the new information.
Thank you very much. Yes, I would like to thank you so much for being with us as well, and also to have this amazing opportunity to learn from AIJ today. And everyone is just fascinated. So I'll show you the back in the room, you see, and I would like to ask for a big round of applause for Dr. J.
Thank you very much, Judith, for all this. I mean, and of course, all the team helping you to organize and specifically to help make my slot, flawless. And I was a bit nervous of things going wrong, because normally things go wrong at the worst possible time, but it was flawless and perfect. And thank you all so very much. Judith, thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
And wishing
you
all a very happy 2 weeks.
Yes.
And I hope that it will be very fruitful and mind-opening.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Jamil. Thank you, Dr.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Take care. Well, thank you very much. I think we really made history with this presentation. and the questions as well. This live Q&A, I think it is really fascinating what we can do with technology and this digital twin. And imagine this when it really becomes a scaled technology, and then it goes into all kinds of areas of our life with the good, for the good, right? And to share the good. Thank you very much.